Welcome to River City Plus. It is the show after the show. And joining us today, I have MJ Anderson and Trey Ford. And we're talking about the Murry Hill Farmers Market and how it has expanded or how it's going to expand. And much more topics because they're all about taking care of the community on a bunch of different levels. So thanks for staying a little longer to continue the conversation, y'all.
Of course, of course. Thanks for having us again.
So MJ, you were the founder of Murry Hill Farm Market. I don't know why I'm trying to say hills, but Murry Hill Farmers Market. And I asked you why, and tell me why you started again.
Right. So we have, as you'll see on our logo on the back of the shirt, actually, it says local food community regeneration. So that's the three pillars of the market. So one is to just promote agriculture in general, regenerative agriculture, sustainable agriculture, growing food in a way that's good for the earth and not just tearing it up and destroying all of the soil underneath the ground. The ecosystem that's going on there is really what's important to the health of the food. So one pillar is promoting regenerative agriculture. The second pillar is to be a community node where you can go hang out with your neighbors, have a beer, you know, see some live music and just enjoy company with people. And the third part of it is kind of in between the two is to create a more localized food system. So that's basically knowing more about where your food comes from. So that comes from, connecting the people to the farmers, connecting the neighborhood to the agriculture. So those are the three pillars that kind of sums up the mission and the purpose of the market.
So how long has the market been around?
Started September of 2022. So it's been just a year and a few months.
And from that time, from your start to where you are now, how has it evolved?
Oh my gosh. Well, the first market is funny because it fell on the day before Hurricane Ian came through. So we had planned it for months and months, and we had September 28, 2022. And then finally the time comes around. It's the day before Hurricane Ian. So some vendors had to back out. We moved it entirely inside. It was supposed to be outside of it, and we moved it inside, which kind of, you know, set us up for later on realizing we could also include vendors inside and outside. So, but yeah, I think we had like 6 or 7 vendors total on the very first market. Everybody was inside. It was very small, and it kind of took a little bit of the pressure off. But yeah, and then we moved it outside of the backyard, and like I said, 6 or 7 vendors into now we've got normally 20 to 25. So it kind of slowly grew and evolved. At one point, maybe normally we would have 10 to 15 vendors. And yeah, so it's real, it shows real progress. And my focus with selecting vendors has always been grocery focused. So, you know, we have amazing arts markets in this city, and what it feels like we're lacking is true farmers markets, where somewhere you can go and really do your grocery shopping for the week. So we focus a lot on trying to bring in those farmers and those vendors that have produce, meat, eggs, honey, you know, bread, mushrooms, microgreens, and even also like household products. You can go there and get your laundry detergent and dish soap. There's a vendor that is a refillery, so you can bring your own container and you can get your dish soap. So that's really the focus, is like, what would you need in your one-stop shop to get, you know, your things for the week.
I like it. I like it. Now, Trey is not here just to be a pretty face for decor. He's actually very heavily involved in the community in a bunch of different ways. I actually met Trey talking about film, and then next thing I know, he's talking about conservation and doing stuff with farms and giving back to the community, and I'm like, who this? But Trey has got a very long title that I cannot say, but Trey, tell us that title and about your involvement with the various farmers markets around the community.
Sure. So the title is Duval Soil and Water Conservation District Supervisor. So it's a board of 5 people that are landowner and user focused. It was created by the people for the people. And a lot of what we do has to do with conservation, but it also has a lot to do with agriculture, which is the business of growing the food, the business of buying the food. And Jacksonville is such a large city, and it fills the entire county essentially. So my involvement in it is, like you said, you met me through film. Food is a communal ground for pretty much any type of entertainment or any type of like gathering, period, whether you're being entertained or not. And so I gravitated towards Duval Soil and Water Conservation because I feel like Jacksonville is in like a renaissance right now. Mm-hmm. We have a chance to be really self-sustained as a city from the standpoint of being a port city with 2 Navy bases. We've got rivers, we've got lakes, we've got downtown. And so I see just every aspect of Jacksonville getting better and better, and just wanted to be a part of it.
How important is it that we have something like this? Because you would think maybe going to outlier cities where it's a little more rural and stuff like that, but having that here in the city proper gives people a different opportunity to get their locally grown foods and sources like that. So how important is it that we have something like that in the community?
Extremely, because even though Jacksonville, I wouldn't consider it a rural city, it's still a metropolitan city. However, it's so spread out. So, we have vendors that vend at Murry Hill Farmers Market, which would be pretty a centralized location. They also will vend all the way at the Atlantic Beach Farmers Market, and they'll also vend at Eartha's Farm and Market, which is on the north side. And so, since Jacksonville is so spread out, everything could potentially be 20, 30, 40-minute drive. Mm-hmm. And again, since we do have rivers and highways and things like that, it just makes a lot of sense for people to be able to get their grocery store needs met and their other needs met in a closer situation, walkable if possible, bikeable. And I think that's something that the United States as a whole hasn't done as far as the infrastructure that Jacksonville can attack, being one of the later blossomers of Florida as far as the city goes.
Now, we've been talking about inside, outside. I probably should have told you we were talking about Fishweir Craft Brewing over in Murry Hill. So that's where the farmers market is every Wednesday. So I know you were done bi-monthly, but you want to give people the opportunity to shop. And yeah, that totally makes sense, because who stores food that long unless it's pre-processed? Not right. Me. No, I don't do that kind of thing.
So there is something I want to touch on too in regards to all of this is that part of the market in general is an educational piece as well. And so you're asking, why is it important that that we have this type of thing in our community? And I want to point out that the food that you're getting at these farmers markets is truly the best quality food that you're going to find. So not only are you supporting a farmer and their livelihood, but these, as I mentioned, selecting the vendors has been very particular, and we've been sure to bring in vendors that are using those regenerative and sustainable practices, which means that they're not putting any chemicals into the ground that's going to get into the food. So there's no chemicals or pesticides. Everything that you're going to find at the Murry Hill Farmers Market is 100% organic, and it's going to be really good for you. It's a whole different product than what you're getting at the grocery store. So the produce and the meat, the eggs, the chicken, the honey, everything is grown and produced in a very intentional way. And when farmers spray chemicals, it kind of strips the nutrients out of the food. So truly, when you're shopping at the farmers market, you're buying healthier food. It has more vital energy for your body to utilize.
Does it also include that whole thing with allergens, like when you get your honey from where you are, so you can build up immunity?
I don't know that much about all that, but I believe.
Oh, he's got her on the spot. Come on, educate me now.
It does. Jana says it does.
It does. You're taking local pollen.
See,
it helps
native plants.
Yeah, it's called native pollen.
Yeah, some of the things,
Jana
some of
is
the
a-
things you don't even have to understand, but you can trust that it's good for you, right? You don't
But
need to know all
Jana
the
is
science.
big into beekeeping. She found a bee the other day, and instead of like freaking out about it, she's like, "I'm gonna set you off into the wild so
That's
you can
me.
continue pollinating." And I'm like, "Girl,
Hey, bees are important.
They are.
Oh my gosh.
They are, but don't come to my house." So moving forward, what do you hope that people take away from the experience coming to hang out with you guys? I mean, be it a vendor, be it somebody that's coming to purchase, or just somebody that's just coming to network.
Right. So that's what it can really be, any of those things. You know, I really want to promote the appreciation of farmers in food because, as I mentioned earlier, everybody eats, and most of the time we don't think about where that food is coming from. But once you get out on a farm, and Troy will attest to this because he's out at Eartha's farm, and once you get your hands in the dirt and you start, helping out a little bit and doing a little bit of that work, your appreciation for farmers will just go like that because it is some of the hardest work that you can do physically, especially in any climate. But in Florida we got the heat, so
And that humidity.
Oh my
I don't even
gosh.
garden. That's
Man.
I'll mow my lawn, but when you're getting out
Yeah.
there,
man, get out on the farm on a hot day, and you will think about food differently. You really do.
And then can we touch on the collaboration? So like, and that's something I do appreciate about many businesses around here. But all right, so we've got Earthers Farmers Market, Atlantic Beach, Murray Hill, and it doesn't matter where anybody goes. You guys are all supporting each other, and the vendors, it's like, no, you can't go there. You guys are just like, go out, put Jacksonville on the map with healthy options and stuff like that. So yeah, talk a little bit about the collaboration.
Definitely. So I see the collaboration as a chance to grow the distribution channels for these are business owners as well. So, and just to dovetail off what you guys were saying about appreciating where the food comes from, there's like a certain reverence when you know exactly who it is that tilled the ground and planted the seeds, sowed it, watered it, and then this exact same person is now interacting with you and able to educate you, whether it's about honey or whether it's about produce. And we're growing as like a part of the food system. We're growing the ability for entrepreneurs to venture into food businesses. You don't necessarily even have to be a person who farms. You can be somebody who buys wholesale from a farmer because you're able to make a great jam, or you're able to make a hot sauce or a pesto or whatever the case is. And I just see that as being beneficial for the economy as well. And I would love to see more people get involved in this type of business. A lot of people are still trying to find their way. And I think that this is one of the lanes that is going to be beneficial for them and for everybody.
I can add to that. So, and that touches on food sovereignty, being an entrepreneur, having the opportunity to create something for yourself. And then, you say the phrase, the local food system. What is that? Well, really everybody is involved in the local food system, because even if you're not the farmer or involved in any distribution or a vendor or anything like that, you're still the one that's consuming it. So it's a whole, the whole process from start to finish is what is our local food system. So anybody can be involved in that, more or less involved in that if they choose to be.
Well, we're going shopping in a healthy way at the Murray Hill. Gosh, why am I saying?
You got this.
Murray Hill Farmers Market. I just want to put an S on everything. It has been that day. Oh, you guys got to watch the show. But yeah, Murray Hill Farmers Market every Wednesday, 5 to 8 at Fishweir Brewing Company, and Trey and MJ will be there, making their notes and making friends and connecting with people. I'll be there occasionally, but I'm probably more just for the beer.
Better be.
The beer. She's like, you better
We got
be.
wine
man.
and champagne too. If you
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
For the
twist
non-beer
my arm. All right. And food vendors. But it's a great experience for the whole family. You guys can come out, network, and connect with the community in a different way, whether you're shopping, whatever. And so that's going to be pretty awesome. And yeah, I'll be there 5 to 8. 3 hours.
See you there. No, you don't have to come for 3 hours. Just stop by.
I was just coming to hang with you guys, so
we'll
you
be
know,
there.
you know,
Be there the whole time.
you keep me entertained for 3 hours. If people want to connect with you guys or keep tabs with what's going on socials, where would they go?
Everything is pretty easy to find. Instagram and Facebook, Murry Hill Farmers Market, MurryHillFarmersMarket.com as well. So yeah, it's, you know, you can Google, you'll find it.
Oh, and
just try.
Just really quick,
And
somebody
Gene for the peeps. GENE, the number 4, peeps.
Okay. And then just really quick, if somebody's interested in becoming a vendor, they would reach out through the socials. Are you guys open to that? How do you know?
Yeah. We're in a place where we can accept new vendors. It's kind of limited, but yeah. So that's going to be through email is the best way. MurryHillFarmersMarket@gmail.com.
Bet. All right. Getting healthy. New year, new us. Y'all want to join in?
We'll see you out there. Come on down.
So we'll have more
Don't be scared.
Fresh.
Support your locals, people. That's what I say.
Do it. Save the bees. Dang it.
So we'll be back with more River City Plus tomorrow, and at 9:30, River City Live.